Visit TCGCastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit TCG Castle for more.
Looking to grade your Pokemon cards and you don't know how to do it? Check out Ludkins Collectables and grade your Pokemon cards with zero risk. Check video description or visit LudkinsCollectables.com for more.
Hey, how's it going YouTube? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In this video, we'll be looking at Alolan Exeggutor GX deck, so a newer version of this deck that I just recently built, and I play with it, and I really need to say that it's much more improved than the last version of this deck that I built and play with it. So this is the Alolan Exeggutor GX, just in case if you're not familiar with it, 220 HP Dragon type Pokemon with the 3 different attacks. The first one is a Tropical Head. So for each Grass energy or any other energy attached to the Alolan Exeggutor, this attack will do 20 damage to one of our opponent Pokemons. Of course, when we sniping on the bench, weakness and resistance are not going to be applied. Dragon Hammer, 1 Grass, 3 Colress, 120, and opponent active Pokemon is confused, and Tower Go Around GX 180 with the same amount of the energies, but then we can move as many number of energies from this Pokemon to our other Pokemons in play, which is great, especially if it's going to be knocked out by our opponent next turn. So yeah, here's the backup. Venusaur with the Jungle Totem ability, which says that each grass energy attached to our Pokemons in play are going to be 2 instead of the 1, and then we can't have more than 1 Jungle Totem ability counted. But anyways, if we have, for example, 2 grass energies, we can use Dragon Hammer for 120 or Tower Go Around GX for 180. But even more important, we can snipe for 80 one of our opponent benched Pokemon on the bench, which is just amazing. And of course, last but not least, 2 Tapu Lele GXs with the Wonder Tag and 1 copy of ability Abyssal Hint Octillery, who can just simply draw us some cards until we have 5 in our hand. So there's a deck list. I'm running 3 copies of Execute. Of course, the one with the Hypnosis, because I think it's much better to sleep our opponent maybe by a turn if he's not going to be able to attack us. Of course, 3 copies of Alolan Exeggutor GX. And then I'm running 2 Tapu Leles, 1 copy of Remoraid and Octillery. And I don't know why just right now I can't see the line of the Bulbasaur. So 2 Bulbasaurs, 1 Ivysaur, and of course 2 Venusaurs. So that's the Pokemon list, 16 Pokemons in total. Moving on to the item cards, I'm running 4 copies of Ultra Ball for the Pokemon Search and also 2 copies of Evosoda. Since this deck actually have a lot of evolution chambers like Octillery, Exeggutor, and Venusaur, 2 Evosodas makes a lot of sense in it, as well as 1 copy of Field Blower. Yes, my friends, Field Blower. 4 copies of Max Elixir for extra energy acceleration, so we can have that third 2 explosively strong with our Alolan Exeggutor, but also in the late game we can recover easily. 2 copies of Rare Candy for that Venusaur play, and of course 2 copies of Support for Pokemon and Energy, Basic Energy Recycle, which is very important because we really want to keep those Max Elixirs flowing with maximum possible chance to hit them. 4 Ultra Balls, as I mentioned it earlier. Then from the supporter cards, I'm running 1 copy of Bridget for the setup, 3 copies of Cynthia for the draw support, as well as 2 copies of N and 3 copies of Professor Sycamore. Speaking about Guzmas, I decided just to tag 2 copies of Guzma, and this is simply because many times we're just gonna use that Tropical Head and snipe our opponent on the bench, so this is the reason why we don't need to play a tons of Guzmas like in many other decks. 2 of each. I even managed to find 2 of each Choice Bed and Floatstone for extra damage and for retreat, which is very important for something like a Venusaur, because he has 3 retreat cost and it's going to be very hard to move him from the active position. But also if he's stuck with something like Tapu Lele in front, we really want to have that opportunity to retreat. And then I'm running 4 copies of Double Course Energies and 10 regular Grass Basic Energy cards. Possible tech for this deck list is of course Pearl City, because with the Pearl City we can also remove our Tapu Leles and maybe Alolan Exeggutor GX from play. But to be honest, I'm gonna be perfectly fine letting my opponent to knock on my Tapu Lele instead of my Exeggutor for 2 price cards, because then I'm gonna have stronger attacker available in play. If you're looking for any of these cards, make sure to check ccgcastle.com. Link is provided in my video description. Also, if you're looking maybe to send your cards to the PSA submission, you can find Ludkins Collectible also in my video description, so make sure to check that. It's definitely worth it. So yeah, let's do some game tests so you can actually see how the Alolan Exeggutor featuring Venusaur will be in game. So see you there. Okay, so let's see who's gonna start first. And looks like my opponent decided to go first. So not the best opening hand, I should say that, but at least there's the Ultra Ball possibly for another Tapu Lele GX. And at least for setup for 3 more Pokemons. Something like a Remoraid. Something like Execute, and maybe one Bulbasaur. I also have that Max Elixir available as well. Okay, so I guess that Glaceon is going to turn out my abilities with the Freezing Gaze already at the beginning of the game, so that's definitely not good. And there's the Ultra Ball as well. Sycamore and N discarded, so that might be for Tapu Lele and Bridget, for example. Okay, so Tapu Lele is here, which means that this is probably gonna be a Bridget play. If he already decided to discard 2-drop supporters, then I simply don't see reason why he wouldn't go with a Bridget for turn 1. It really makes no sense to discard supporter cards to get another drop supporter cards. It's just ridiculous. So, oh, but maybe it's not in his case. So he decided to get rid of Anna and Sycamore in exchange to play Tapu Lele for Cynthia. So it really makes no sense to me, but it's okay perfectly for my opponent, I guess. And that's pretty much it. I guess I'm gonna Ultra Ball, and I guess I'm gonna go with a double course energy attachment. But more than that, it definitely looks really bad at this moment. Yeah, it's just a double course energy attachment, and it will be Ultra Ball for something like a Float Stone. And I guess it's gonna be for that Grass Energy. Nah, I cannot risk with the Remoraid. I guess maybe I can. If I get strike right now for 60, next turn I can go for 80, 100. Yeah, I can have that knockout, but still, I'm gonna need that Execute if I really want to contain this game. So for now, I'm hitting for 60 with the Energy Drive, and that's gonna be it. If there's gonna be a double course energy, then I'm gonna have 100, and plus another double course energy, 140. Okay, or maybe not, because there's enhanced hammer play. Alright, and Garbodor as well, the one with the Treasure Lens. I have only 2 item cards for now in my discard pile, and there's another Cynthia. I wish I can find something like a Cynthia. I'm gonna be perfectly fine if my opponent missed double course energy attachment this turn. That's gonna be at least something, but no. There we go, there's a DCE, so that's gonna be Frost Bullet for 90 and 30 on my Execute on the bench. Alright, Bulbasaur top deck. So let's go with the Max Elixir. Okay, I'm dealing as many damage counters as I can, so that's 100. And next turn I just need something like the energy, and then I can Tropical Head for 40. My opponent Glaceon, which is going to be more than enough for the knockout against him. There's another Tapu Lele, so this might be a Guzma play. But even with that GX, it's not going to be enough for the knockout. It's just going to be 150 plus 30, that's 180. So with 180, he can't go for the knockout, but there's just another Cynthia. Alright, so 3 Cynthias already has been used. And I'm waiting for the first Zhao supporter in this game, I guess. So any type of support. I guess the Sycamore would be the greatest option as the top deck. But I wouldn't even cry if I find something like the Energy as a top deck, so we shall see. I know that this is going to be enough for the knockout with the Glaceon against my Tampalilla, so I'm going to be 2 prize ahead of my opponent, but it is how it is. It's all about the top deck right now. If I miss opportunity to draw something, then my Execute is going to be knock it out. And the top deck is Professor Sycamore, so I'm back in the game. Alright, so I'm back in the game. And I guess I'm gonna go with that Grass Energy attachment. More than that, this is gonna be 1 Evosoda for that Ivysaur. So I can have that Venusaur next turn in play, which is very important. And yeah. I mean, I need to strike for 40. I have exactly 4 damage counters available. So right now we are both equaled with the price cards. And there's like 1, 2, 3, only 4 item cards in my discard pile. So max damage Garbodor is capable to produce is going to be something like 110. With the choice band, of course. And the other side with the Venusaur next turn, I'm going to have 4, 5, 6, 120 possibly damage counters for the one-hit knockout against that Garbodor. Even more impressive is that Tower Go Road GX, which can be used, but also a Dragon Hammer. So if I can find exactly all cards to use that combo, technically I can one-hit knockout his Glaceon, but I think I'm just gonna go with the Bridget next turn. And yeah, I'm gonna have that knockout against his Glaceon actually, because I have the choice band available in my hand, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the knockout. Yeah, that's just perfect for me. I think this is gonna be the knockout against that Glaceon, if there's not going to be something like the N. So I can bridge it, so I can set up 2 more Executes and Remoraid on the bench. And more than that, oh, looks like he's going to play that Guzma. Alright, but can he have 1, 2, 3, 4? No, that's going to be only 80. It's not going to be enough for the knockout. So Trash the Lance for 80. And what a nice top deck. So without too many questions, this needs to be knockout. And it will be a knockout. But more than that, let's just go for something like another Execute. Because I really need it. Alright, so I can move as many energies as I want. So I'm gonna go with something like this. How many Guzmas did he play? There's only 1 for now. Alright, so I'm just gonna move 1 energy card, just in case. 2 price cards for me. There's another Execute and a Ultra Ball. Next turn, all I really need is just a Venusaur. Then I can put probably another Execute and Alolan Exeggutor on my bench. Then I can Cynthia. And I guess that's gonna be the GG. Very bad position right now for my opponent. I don't know, to be honest, if he will be able somehow to recover from this position. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 item cards in my discard pile, but that's still like 130 max with the Garbodor Trash Lance, which means that this Exeggutor in the active position is going to be just perfectly fine. But if he can find Field Blower and scrap my Choice Band, then the damage can be increased to 120. But even with 150, if there's a Choice Band, not going to be enough because I have 220 HP. So very limited play for my opponent. And again, another Water Energy and another Glaceon EX will enter the play. Of course, if it's in my opponent deck. If it's not, then it will not. And looks like it's not. And the good thing is that there's a Choice Band and a Trash Lance for 130. Alright, which basically means right now only one thing. I'm gonna play that Field Blower. And I'm gonna go with my Cynthia for a fresh hand of 6 new cards. Very nice. There's the Venusaur. So I have that max elixir available. One energy should go down to my Execute. Another energy can go right there. Since I have 2 grass energies attached right here, I can use my Dragon Hammer and knock out my opponent Garbodor. And more than that, there's the Super Out. And more than that, next turn, I guess I just need 1 energy card. And I actually don't even need energy card. I can already snipe his Eevee on the bench and take the knockout and win this game. So if my opponent really wants somehow to stay in this game, he definitely needs to find himself a Glaceon. But even with that Glaceon, it's not going to be an easy task for him to win this game. So there we go. Speaking about Glaceon, there he is. He can still use that GX attack. We don't need to forget about that. That's gonna be the knockout. So, Tropical Head, 20, 40, 60, 80. I mean, I just need to confuse him with the Dragon Hammer. That's the best thing I can literally do right now. Plus, I can Ultra Ball. I can technically maybe find a couple more max elixirs and end this game. Just in theory. Really, it's possible, but... Oh, look at this. There's a Choice Band as the top deck. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna do that. So that's gonna be 1 Ultra Ball for the Tapu Lele, and I'm gonna play that Sycamore. But before I go with the Sycamore, I just want to recycle back 1 Exeggutor, 1 Energy, and 1 Tapu Lele just in case. Oh, but ability cannot be used. Seriously, I just forget about that Glaceon in the front. But anyways, it's 150, so... It's 150, and if he decides to run on the bench, he's gonna be knocked out. But if he has something like a Guzma play, for example, to knock out my... Yeah, anyways, one of my Pokemon should be knocked out. He can't take 2 prize cards this turn, that's for sure. Technically, he would. If he sniped my Execute for 30, but then I would probably just evolve. He can take the risk, but he's under the confusion. And I completely forget about that annoying ability that he have. Freezing Gaze. But anyways, I think this should be the GG. We shall see. So, can he pull some kind of the trick from his hand? No, looks like he just decided to pass the turn and concede the game. So there we go, that's the victory. I mean, very surprisingly at the end, I almost lost this game by just, you know, being unclever, by just, you know, trying to put that Tapu Lele in play. That would probably lost me the game, so luckily I didn't put it in play. So yeah, I just realized later that the freezing gaze ability will just, prevent you from playing Tapu Lele. And that's it. So I hope you enjoy watching this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and sub to the channel for more videos. We'll see you next time. So have a nice day and goodbye.